All right, welcome back to Getting Sober, again. My name is Jay, and it is the weekend. How you feeling? Did you have a good week? Comment below. And just like I talked about yesterday, want to just give you a reminder that at the end of this video, you'll have a chance to click on the link that will take you directly to my previous video. So I know I put out a lot of videos this week, and hopefully I'll just keep cranking them out. We'll see what happens, but in case you're wondering what the formula is, that is the formula for every one of my videos. At the end of each video, you can click on the link. It'll go directly to the previous video. So, welcome back. I'm glad to have you. I'm glad that you're here. Glad that some of you have been commenting below. It is my favorite thing. It is, well, it's maybe not my favorite thing. Chocolate donuts are pretty good. Cats are up there, but commenting is up there. So thank you for all of your comments. And again, too, if anybody has any other questions or concerns that they don't, I know that like YouTube is it's kind of like the Wild West. A lot of trolls tend to live in the comment section anywhere on social media, on just a regular old news article, and especially YouTube. So if you don't want to put your personal information out there, you can always email me at gettingsoberagain@gmail.com. all one word. So check that out and send me a message anytime. I'll try right now. My response time is very good because my channel is still very little, poquito más. So we'll see what happens. But as the channel gets bigger, hopefully I'll be able to hire people and bring people on. But that's in the future. I don't know what the future has or what the future holds. So we're just worrying about today, right? We're just worrying about getting sober, staying sober, and being sober right now. And I'm not going to drink right now. I'm not planning on drinking for the rest of the day. And how am I going to do that? I have things planned for my day that don't involve alcohol. And so it is the weekend, like I said. So what are you going to do this weekend? Comment below. Are you planning on going out? Comment below. Are you gonna go out and eat? Is there gonna be wine or temptation or drinks in your very near future tonight or tomorrow or Sunday? Fortunately, there's not, it's a very uneventful period right now during the recording of this video. There's not a whole lot going on. It's not Labor Day weekend. It's not Memorial Day weekend. It's not even New Year's Eve. So there's definitely no reasons really to drink other than maybe somebody's birthday, I don't know, or if it's your anniversary and it's a first anniversary, sober, I don't know. I can come up with some suggestions, but my main suggestion is a challenge to you. It's just, how about take a sober weekend? And congratulations to you if you already are sober at the beginning of this video. If you are sober, if you've been sober leading up to this one, hats off to you. I know some people who have been commenting below are as little as hours sober, and some people that are 10 plus years sober, and everything in between, because there's a lot in between those two, right? A small statistic I want to put out there, which will be in my one of my bigger videos that I have coming out. I think I might publish this video next week, which is it's upsetting. It's a list of upsetting statistics about alcohol, and one of them. And I know statistics, one thing about statistics and being on the internet is there's just so much information, right? There's so much information that you start quoting one thing and then you realize that person's credentials weren't necessarily the best. And I am definitely not the channel. I'm just going to tell you right now, I am not putting a bunch of links to my references and articles and things like that. If I remember, sometimes I do. Sometimes I say I do and then I forget, and then I have them sitting in a Word document and I totally forgot. But this is a conversation, a vlog style podcast where I share my experience and offer some light, well-constructed, I think, advice to you with regard to your journey on sobriety. So, this weekend, my challenge to you is to stay sober. How about that? And, I know it's really just the first 3 days. I know there are a lot of you that are really struggling with the first 3 days. You'll get to like one day and then you'll feel totally cool. You'll have all this momentum and then you'll get into day two. And And then day 2 really starts messing with you. You know, like day 1 messes with you enough, but then day 2 kind of steps in and it's like, it's not quite day 3. And you have 1 day of momentum behind you, but like you still have to get to the end of day 2. And then day 3 is just, I don't know, that's tomorrow. I can't worry about day 3 when all I'm thinking about is just drinking right now. And, you know, with today is a Friday, and it is tough, you know, like, especially, I've said it before, I'll say it again, like if you're working at a job where you're not having the best time, you don't have the best coworkers, it's not a great environment for your mental health, you know. If it's stressful, all you want to do is, first thing you want to do is get out of there. And the next thing you want to do is get the paycheck. And then the next thing after that, typically, you know, I think a lot of people, I don't know what the statistic is, but a lot of people drink because of how stressed out they are after work. You know, that's why bars have specifically preyed on you by setting up happy hour. It's happy hour because like work is over. You're not at work anymore. This is the happy hour. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Work is over. Come hang out. And yeah, I don't know. Like I never really got, like, I liked happy hour only specifically for the discount of happy hour. That was it. I did not like seeing the same people. You know, like when I go to a bar, like rarely am I just going to a bar like to chit chat, to talk to the bartender. I'm very minimal conversation drinker. That's the type of drinker I am. You know, until I have a couple too many drinks, then I'm like, let's talk about some stuff. Drinker. But you know, the place that I would go to normally, I was kind of like just seeing the same people over and over and over again. And they would always just kind of be just creatures of habit, you know, like I was at the time. Like, I'm not judging, but it's like, it was kind of sad to see people with the same drama going on. And maybe just new drama, different day, that type of thing. Or like, you know, so-and-so, I went on a date with somebody and it didn't work out, or this thing happened at work that's not working out in my favor. Life is just not being favorable to me right now. And things are really stressing me out. And this is what's stressing me out today. And it's like, well, what about the thing that was stressing you out yesterday? Or that was stressing you out the day before or the week before? Like every day that I've seen you in here, it's like there's something else. There's some other stressor. And I'm not trying to minimize anybody's stress. Some people's stress is very real, like losing a loved one or not getting into whatever medical school or whatever it is. You know, there are definitely very valid reasons to be stressed out, but not all reasons are reasons to drink or to use and abuse, right? And when we end up turning to alcohol, we typically, you know, we want to feel better. We're using something to feel better, right? And it doesn't have to be just, you know, maybe you're not even here because of alcohol. Maybe you're like, oh, this guy just keeps talking about alcohol, but I have a problem with something else. It doesn't matter what the something else is. What if it was hard drugs? What if it was marijuana? What if it was alcohol? What if it was food? What if it was a relationship? All those things can be used. All those things can be abused. Anytime that you use something to unnaturally feel better about yourself, there's always going to be the opportunity to use, and there's always going to be opportunity to abuse. You know, and I've definitely seen people use other people in relationships, for example. You know, I'm sure you know serial daters. People just go from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship to another relationship. And they never seem to be happy. And then they got some sort of drama, or, you know, they're always griping about the current partner that they're with. And it's just, they're putting all this extra pressure and these expectations on this person to make them feel good. And is that fair? No. We got to think about, like, what is the core and what is the root of the problem that's making us feel the way that we're feeling. And whether it be a relationship, you know, I've done it. I've been love is great. Love feels good, you know, but when it's like you're coming home and you're just expecting that person just to make you feel good. You're reaching for that person for to cuddle a little bit, to Netflix and chill, to tell you a joke, to be a companion in your misery, to add and to give you some sort of value and some self-worth. That's unhealthy. That's a life out of balance. That's using, and that is abusing, And we do the same thing with alcohol. We do the same thing with marijuana. We do the same thing with whatever it is, Oxycontin, cocaine, heroin. There's something internally, there's something about us. There's something about our foundation and the fundamentals of how we act and react and how we are in society amongst our friends and our family that makes us want to feel better. Something is out of alignment. And if every time that we feel out of alignment, we go, oh, stressful day at work, see you guys at the bar, then that's going to be a remedy every time. That's going to be the thing. It's no different than going to your medicine cabinet and reaching for the solution there. It's no different than going to your doctor. It's no different than going to your local bartender, your watering hole, or your liquor store and grabbing a bottle, or your dope dealer, or whoever. You're using something to feel better. Sometimes just comfort food. Like we've all been there, and I suppose it just depends on when you find yourself out of alignment, when you stop and you look and you realize and you want to break the chain and the cycle of that negative momentum, when you want to stop and make a change and you feel all of that weight behind you, all of that weight of all of that momentum that's behind you. It's like everything that we've ever done and all the friends that we have and the routines that we have that's based in alcohol. Oh, it's so hard to stop. And once you do, you got to be patient with yourself and regroup, rest a little bit. That's what I'm saying. I'm advising, I'm suggesting as a friend, take the weekend off. Take the weekend off from having drinks. I bet when you make it through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, come Monday, you'll have all of that momentum. Because in our heads, the thing to do on the weekend is drink, it's party, it's hang out with our friends, it's unwind, it's relax, it's no more work, no more boss, no more stress, no more of my coworkers. We don't have that. We don't have that anymore. But it doesn't mean that we have to medicate, right? And then if we medicate to feel better, then we get through our empty weekend, then we have to go back to work again. And we're still in the same exact predicament that we were when we clocked out on Friday, all the way back on Monday morning. On Monday morning, it's, oh my God, I'm drinking a whole pot of coffee before I go to work. And I'm gonna grab Starbucks on the way. And then now we're using coffee, and we're abusing coffee. Or caffeine, or whatever your drink is. Maybe it's green tea, maybe it's matcha, I don't know. Whatever you're using to feel better, right? So my suggestion to you is, let's reinvest in ourselves, If we think about alcohol for a second, what is alcohol? Really, what is alcohol to us, to your body, to your system? It's poison. Does that sound like a good reward? If that was a reward, if anybody else or any other situation was like, all right, once you get done with this challenge, we're gonna poison you. You'd be like, why? What did I do to deserve that? Right? But we know alcohol does to us. We know that it may be the only little glimmer of hope, that little buzz, that little boost of euphoria, those endorphins and that little hit of dopamine. And that might be the only little bright spot in your day, right? And I understand that. And that's why sometimes we end up having to get sober again. And why this channel is called Getting Sober ... again, because sometimes we make mistakes, but that is, again, part of the journey, right? And I'll leave you with this. When we think about failure, I'm sure you fail. If you failed, raise your hand. I failed. I failed right after I started making this channel. I fell off the wagon real hard. I found myself living temporarily down in Miami. I was down living in Florida for I live in Ohio right now, but I was living in Florida for 2 months. I wrecked my home life and went on this 2-month cross-country binger. If you haven't watched that story, I'll put the link up here. And but yeah, right after I started this journey, I had great, super good intentions. I ended up falling off the wagon. But with regard to failure though, like failure is just another opportunity to learn what hasn't worked and what didn't work. Every time we fail, it's an opportunity to learn what not to do again. We can cross off another method. We tried doing this, that didn't work. We tried doing that, it didn't work. So it doesn't mean like, oh God, I'm stupid. Let's have a drink. Or, I'm a failure. I'm gonna have a drink. I can't live with myself. So I'm gonna have a drink. That's hard. Like, it's being really hard on yourself. I challenge you also too, in this weekend of sobriety that I'm doing with you, and you can email me if you find yourself, and I promise that'll be my promise to you. They'll watch like 5 years from now. this video has 100,000 views, and then I'm just like overwhelmed with like emails. But like my promise to you right now, at least in the early part of 2021, is if you find yourself during this weekend, or whatever weekend that you're watching this, if you find yourself tempted and you just don't know what to do, and you feel like, I don't know, I feel like I don't know what to do, I think that I'm going to get dressed, grab my car keys, go start my car, get into my car, drive my car to somewhere that has booze, and then drink the booze, pay for the booze and drink the booze. I'm gonna go through all these steps to drink, right? If you feel so much pressure, email me. I don't know when I'm gonna get back to you. My response rate is 100% so far. And I will try my best to get to you within 24 hours. And actually, I obsessively check my phone, just like everybody else of this generation. I'll say that, I'm not above it. That is one thing that I should probably do less of, is checking my phone so often. But I will actually, I'm gonna change my inbox settings on my phone so that I will get updates to my gettingsoberagain@gmail.com email address, along with all my other emails, so that I will get your email in a timely fashion this weekend. And I will also turn off my battery saver. My battery saver is also stops me from getting like quick refreshing on my email, which also kills my battery. But I will promise that to you, at least for this weekend, in my suggestion to you to stay sober. I don't care what time it is. Obviously, if I'm not awake, I'm not awake. I'm on Eastern Standard Time, okay? So that's the same time as New York. That's the East Coast of the United States. So that's what time, and I'm usually awake from like 9 a.m. until like midnight. So those are usually the hours that I'm awake. Feel free to reach out to me. That was my promise to you for this weekend. And good luck to you on your journey. Don't forget to comment below, or you just go straight to email, and I will see you in the next video.